Hi, my name is Len and welcome to this new video. Today I'll be talking about what is Larp. Well, Larp is a fantastic hobby. Larp stands for live action roleplay, and what you basically is doing, you are playing a character in a Larp. In a world that doesn't exist, and you do this for a certain amount of time, and you're playing against other characters. There's a lot of different kind of LARPs. I think the most common LARP is medieval fantasy or just medieval LARPs. But medieval fantasy is what I'm doing, and I love it. I love it so much because there's medieval stuff, which I'm very interested in, medieval living and stuff like that. And then there are also like orcs and like fairies and elves and dwarfs, which makes it a lot more exciting, because if it just would be like medieval, all the people would be humans, and I think that the fantasy adds a lot to it, and there's also magic, like healing and everything, and that's very cool. I like it very much. It makes it a lot more exciting and stuff like that. But there's other different kinds of LARP too, like steampunk. There's also like Harry Potter and like Hunger Games and like a lot of different LARP, like post-apocalyptic LARPs, like zombies and stuff, and vampires LARPs and stuff like that, which I very much would like to try. But right now I am playing medieval fantasy. Now when you've decided to try LARPing, you just go to Google and Google your area where you live and LARP event after. And I hope you find something. If you're not finding anything, sorry. But then you can just make your own LARP, maybe. Gather some friends and go out in the woods and just prepare something, I don't know. Yeah. Now, when you have found the LARP event that you want to go to, something that is very important is reading the rule book. That's very important. And it's good to just have read it once, and you have to have read it once. But it's good if you have read it twice. It can be very long and very boring, but you need to read it. Something I like to do, this is not something you have to do, but I like to do it, is read everything about LARP. Everything about the LARP that you're going to. Read the facts about the world, read like their vision about the LARP, read or watch like the map if they have a map, like watch the map and look, read like cities and try to know it. And then you can read about religions, and some LARPs have a lot to read and some have nothing. But my LARP has a lot to read, and I've read everything, so I know a little bit. I don't have everything in my mind, but I've heard like some town names, and I know some religions, and and that's very good, because then you can engage in conversations between people. If they're speaking about religion, you can like say your opinion or whatever. If they're like asking for the way to this town, you can, if you know what the town is, you can point at the map and say the town is here. Like, yeah, it's a lot of fun to knows that kind of things. So that's a tip. You don't have to do it, but it's a tip, and I like to do it. Now, when you have read the rule book and read all the stuff about the LARP, it's time for character creation. And that will come in another video. I think it's next week or the week after. But so you can watch that video if you want to know how to create a character. Now we have come to the fun part, I would call it, but I don't know. It's the costuming. Yes. Something which is important about your costume, it's that it tells something about your character. So if your character have ripped clothes and very dirty clothes and which is very used, and maybe it tells that your character isn't that rich, or that your character is on the run or something. It needs to tell something about your character, your costume. And what I do when I'm going to make a new character costume, because a character has different clothes, I started with my character Esme. She had two costumes, which was like a dress and apron. Yeah, apron. And belt and some pouches and something like that, and like a bag. And then she had like this linen shirt. I don't know if I can say it like that. And a skirt, a black long skirt, and she also could wear the apron of that if she would like to. And then she had the belt with the pouches and stuff like that. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. And when I started making new costumes to her, she has 2 new costumes. I went to Pinterest. Pinterest is Larpa's best friend. And Tumblr, and there you can make this like folds with you like Google something like LARP character, whatever, LARP dress, medieval tunic, just search for something, and then you can scroll and look like, okay, this shirt is very nice, I can save it in this fold, and then this will match to that, and like have different folds for new characters, and you can take inspiration from those folds. Oh shit. Yeah. And Tumblr is also very nice, which you get a lot of inspiration. And sometimes you can buy LARP clothes, but they're very expensive. You can buy LARP clothes, or you can make them yourself, or you can borrow them from somebody. I have bought my underdress. I think that's the only thing that I bought. Yes, yeah, my underdress is the only thing that I bought, and that was from Epic Armory, because I didn't have the fabric for underdress, and I was in a bit of a hurry to the LARP, because I ordered it 1 month before the LARP or something, and I wasn't so sure that I would make I was able to make underdress because I thought it was very hard. But yeah. So that's the only thing that I bought. I've sewn everything else nearly, which is very nice. Because when you sew stuff, you can make it as personally as you want. You can like do broderie on it, and you can sew it like how you want. So it fits yourself perfectly, which is very cool. And I'm reading here on my little paper because I need to tell something. And when you are finished with your costume, costuming doesn't have to be expensive. You just need to be creative, which that's very important. And something I would say to all you new Larpers, everybody doesn't have to be the hero and at the Larp. I like playing normal people. In the medieval times, most of the people were poor and like farmers, and stuff like that. And I play a poor farmer girl because at LARP events there's a lot of heroes and bad guys. Not that much of these normal people, I don't know, poor people maybe I can say, which it actually was one hero, and like the rest was poor. But at LARP there's like two. it's so much fun to play poor and not always be the hero, which I like very much. And I like interesting characters. I like very much interesting characters. Something which I was very thought it was very like weird at my first LARP event was there was a character that would always sit like next to the road by a tree, and he was dressed very poorly, and he was like very dark around his eyes, and he looked so tired and was very like pale in his skin, and he would always sit there with a bottle and like drinking, but there was not like alcohol. And it was very harsh because he didn't say anything, and he looked so poor, so people would like go up to him and ask him about something, and he wouldn't tell anything, he wouldn't say anything. And I thought that was so like awesome. I thought my character thought she was like she pitied him. She was like, oh, he's so poor, it's so sad. And they were like trying to Esme and her friend were trying to like help this guy, but he didn't want any help. And then after like the LARP event, we got to know what was wrong with him, and that was that he was drinking coffee all the time. So the coffee made him so addicted to it, so he had to drink it all the time. So he hadn't slept for like, what was it, 3 months or something. So that was the things that was wrong with him, because everybody thought that he was a drinker or whatever. But he was just drinking coffee, and I was like, how did this person come up with this character? I was so like, it was so much about it. I was like so interested because there was so much different characters, and yeah, it was so amazing. So for all you people who haven't tried LARPing, do it. Just do it. Try it and it will be great. I promise. And subscribe if you want to see more about me, and see you in the next video. Bye.